Welcome, this is Edna J. White. Today I am going to talk to you about trauma and what it does to you and how you can overcome it. I had a question posed to me. How do I get over a situation or a trauma, a traumatic situation in my life? How do I get over that? It keeps triggering me. I keep going around that person and it keeps triggering me. How do I get over it? Do I stay away from them forever? How do I get over it? Well, trauma is like a playing record. It repeats over and over in you. And sometimes, most of the time, our bodies, our mind, our body, and our soul is so entangled with it that we are accustomed to it. In my life with trauma, one of the things that I've learned is that I have to get over it. I mean that not in a sense of it's there and like ta-da. No, not like that. What I mean is that you will never not be triggered by someone or something if you don't name what it is. So, for an example, the person that wrote me and asked me that specific question, if your family triggers you and you go around them, you know they trigger you. Now, it's not enough to know that they trigger you, but what is triggering you? You need to know what it is. So if it's them faking like everything is right, everything is great and perfect, and it's irritating you, and you know everything is not great and perfect, and they're just living on the surface, that's their stuff. Point blank, that's their stuff. But you have to get to the point where you affirm in your life, I am not going to let my mother's unacceptance of what my truth is that happened to me get to me. I am not going to let my cousin irritate me or say things about me or to me that trigger me. I'm not going to let that happen. I am the creator of my life. And when you learn not to have conflict, when you learn to run away from conflict and not face it, that only brings up more of the same trauma. It kind of compiles it. And you don't want that to happen, because in this real world, you're going to meet people that are going to kind of touch on that pain that you have. And you want to get over that. You want to be able to get over that. You want to be able to deal with a person or the perpetrator if you must, or the people involved in the lie. You want to get over that. You don't have to subject yourself to it or to them, but you want to be able to get over it because you don't want your pain connecting to other real world activities. You don't want that to happen. So what am I saying? I'm saying in the inward work that you're going to be doing with yourself and the inward time that you're going to be taking for yourself, you need to examine what it really is and really be specific. So let's say if it's something in your past that you've been dealing with and it happened at a certain time of the year or at a certain hour, and it's that very specific, believe it or not, pain is that very specific. You have to name those things. I know that, for example, Christmas is a trigger for me. I know that the very hour of wrapping gifts is a trigger for me. So now how do I unravel all of that? How do I deal with that pain that's associated with all those things around it? That kind of like reminds me of where that pain happened. You have to unravel it. And now that you know it has to do with something specific, now you gotta now reprogram or retrain or re-vibrate how you feel about that. So now you know that, let's say Christmas is a trigger, gift wrapping is a trigger, because I was assaulted during that time. I was violated during that time. I was treated badly during that time. But I won't, and here's a solution, I won't be affected by that any longer, because my pain does not belong to those precipitators. It doesn't belong to those things that are around it. It doesn't belong to gift wrap. Gift wrapping has nothing to do with it. The pain is real. The pain is real, but the gift wrapping and Christmas have nothing to do with it. It's just a gentle reminder to your mind and to the time that it happened. So you have to unravel that by saying, I won't let this time get to me. Christmas is a time of love. Turn everything around and be very specific. Be very specific in everything you do, because everything that happened to you is very specific. It's not as simple as, I won't let things get to me. It's not that simple. I will be happy. I am happy. It's not that simple. It's got to be strategically said to yourself. It has got to be pronounced to yourself that I am going to be happy at Christmas, because Christmas had nothing to do with my pain. My pain came from this perpetrator doing this to me. And I'm going to deal with that pain first. So you have to be very specific, because trauma infects your mind. It entangles it. It entangles your body. And it's specifically your emotions. And your emotions can be tempered. But you have to know what you're tempering. You have to know exactly what you're tempering. So if you get unhappy, you're tempering joy. And if you're afraid, joy is the ultimate goal that you want. If you're fearful, joy is the ultimate goal. I want to see joy in my life on Christmas. I want to see joy in my life when people are wrapping presents. I don't want to be subject and fearful because my pain was around this time. I want to move past my pain. I want to move on past my pain, and I want to grow from that. I want to live a happy life. Those are the things you speak to yourself. And on the other side of that is we have to learn to use words that are good for us, that enlighten us, that elevate our vibration. And without that, we can't do anything. So I say to you, if this has helped you in any way, let me know.